One of my favourite things in summertime is the barbecue. And we're going to do a really good dish for you. Barbecue rump steak with Argentinian flavoured sauce called a chimichurri. And it's really simple, and this will be perfect, really impress some people on a nice summer's day. So I've got our large steaks here, rump steak. Rump steak's full of flavour. It's packed with lots of meaty goodness. And you need a good load of salt on there. As much pepper as you want. And we're gonna put onto here our olive oil, just so we can avoid too much smoke on the barbecue, too much flame. If we olive oil straight onto the steak when it's on the barbecue, you'll cause a lot of flame, which doesn't provide a great deal of good flavour for the steak. So lots of salt each side. Remember, we've got a lot of steak here, and a lot of this will fall off when we're cooking it. Straight onto the nice hot barbecue, and on there we're going to put some chilies as well, just because I like the barbecue flavour of chilies. Going to keep that heat nice and high so that we don't start to lose any of the caramelisation. If we turn the temperature down too much, we'll lose a lot of that moisture from the meat. It'll start to leak out and stew the meat a little bit. So we'll keep that going nice and high. Now while that's cooking, we're going to get onto our chimichurri sauce. Much garlic as you want, 2 cloves. This is a nice large one, so we'll just use the one. I'm going to crush that down. Just use the back of a knife, smash it down, and chop it nice and fine. If you want to use a garlic crusher to save yourself a bit of time, you can do that, but I like to peel the garlic and chop it by hand. Bit of a traditionalist like that. A nice little bullet chili. Now, once again, depending on how much heat you like, you can take the seeds out or you can leave the seeds in. We're going to take the seeds out because we've also got our chilies on the barbecue there that we can use to provide a bit more heat. And you can see here we're starting to get a good bit of colour onto our rump steak. And you want to keep turning this every 2 minutes or so. You try and keep the cooking as even as you can on both sides. So don't spend more time on one side and keep turning your chilies. We're going to try and blister these skins so we can easily scrape it off. Or if you like that barbecue flavour, just leave the black skin on. And then we've got some nice fragrant herbs. Now you can use what you want here, but we're going to go with coriander and parsley today. If you want to put some mint in there or some rosemary even, any nice fragrant herbs that you would like to use. Easiest way I find to chop herbs like this is to bundle it up in your hand nice and tight. And our steaks are ready to come off. They're about medium rare where I like it. I'm going to leave these chilies to go for a little bit longer. We just want them to break down a bit more, be nice and soft. And while our steaks rest, we'll get our chimichurri finished off. So once again, with the herbs nice and tight in your hand, a nice rustic chop for a lovely barbecue steak. So chimichurri is one of the sauces that works really well with steaks. It's got a lot of acid in it from the vinegar. And when you're using rump steak particularly, it's very meaty cut, so you really want to have some good strong acidic flavours just to help break through that. Good amount of oil. We're trying to make this into a bit of a sauce style dressing, if you like. So use the best quality olive oil you can. Very important. I like to use the local products. Good pinch of salt. So our steaks have been resting now for about 8 minutes. We're just going to carve these up. You don't have to carve these. It's just nice, particularly if you're sharing. It's a good way to share with the friends or with the family. Especially if you've got to watch a game of footy in the afternoon. And we're just going to spoon our chimichurri over the top. And then our barbecue chilies. something I should have mentioned earlier is to use a really good heavy-based griddle pan. Now we've used chasseur here, which is a fantastic one, really good, holds the heat, and it will really make the caramelization on the steaks much more even. Our chili's on. Spread the chilies over. Now if you want to chop these up, make it a bit easier to share, you can. And then we're going to finish this with some nice fresh coriander leaves. And let's put the remainder of our chimichurri on the side. You keep the chimichurri covered in the fridge and it will keep really well for a couple of days. And serve it with chicken, with meat, anything you like. And here we have our Argentinian style barbecue rump steak with chimichurri sauce.